Every year, it's a tradition to speak to you as you are a mainstay of our Macedonian community. What do you think about this year's edition of the Macedonian Open Golf Tournament? You and your husband, Angelo, who sadly is no longer with us, have been great supporters of the Macedonian community for many years, supporting Canadian Macedonian Place and many other Macedonian institutions and events.
That was nice. So nice.
What is the secret, Tina, for your great energy and enthusiasm when it comes to the Macedonian community?
Ќе ти кажа, кој ќе рече македонско, ќе скокна. Кеку не може, кеку си стара, и јаска, и мъж ми Господа опрости, стари беме, и не пара можеше, ќе речиме еднаш македонско и оп ќе скокниме. Това ни е цела скришно. Со македонското и друго ништо. Многу си омилваме македонското и сполајмо многу на цели луѓе што работе и за овој голф турнамент. Мъж ми кој беше тука, со цело срце да се радва, да скока, леле жена во голфинг со пријателите ќе се видиме денес. Теку што беше многу за македонското и за Греој Гламенјо кој умираше рече, жено, да сејте со македонци и децата, плиз, што можете да поможете, што не можете, никој пат да велите лош илафој за никој. Така си умре човеко, така си живеше и така си умре. Со добро. Сполајте премногу.
Stan, once again we want to salute you for your great contributions over the years to Canadian Macedonian Place and the Macedonian Open Golf Tournament. This year is a complete sellout, the largest turnout ever for the Macedonian Open. To what do we attribute the great success of the Macedonian Open?
Macedonians. The Macedonians are super people, awesome people, supporting us over the years. You know what, we were surprised. I mean, after 1 week, we had the afternoon round complete, 288 golfers, and for the first time we had a morning round with 40 golfers. Some of them just came in, they were all excited to join us.
Do you have a message for our viewers at the end of today's interview in Ontario, Alberta, BC, and throughout the rest of Canada or satellite?
Hey, be proud, be supportive, be together. Macedonia is a wonderful, wonderful country, a wonderful people. I love them. I'm one of them. And this tournament, I think, reflects the excitement, the solidarity, the passion that our people have. And we're very, very fortunate to have the support that we get, all for Canadian Macedonian Place, supporting our elders in the community. And whoever can support this, please do. You need our support, give us a call.
Stan, you and Alex both have origins from the village of Armensk.
Yes.
As always, we have to ask, who is going to golf better today?
Me. I'm older than Alex, so I've had more experience doing it.
Thank you very much.
Spolajte, thank you.
We're speaking with Alex Mishov of the Macedonian Open Golf Committee and the member of the board at Canadian Macedonian Place. This year marks the 81st year of the Macedonian Open Golf Tournament, Canada's longest running ethnic golf tournament. Tell us about the preparations for this year's event.
Well, it's been a long year and a lot of us on the golf committee have spent many, many hours preparing for today's round. And it looked like we were going to get rain, but thankfully it didn't rain. And this year we sold out quickly, just like last year, and so we opened the morning round. And so I participated in the morning round. I just finished golfing, and it's only 11:30, and so loved it. Next year I'll be participating in the morning round again. So those of you that want to golf, even when we sell out the afternoon round, you can play in the morning round.
Congratulations to Alex and all of the members of the golf committee. The amount of young Canadian Macedonians at this event is astounding and certainly bodes well for our Macedonian community. We want to thank you, Alex, for your support of our show over the last several years in helping us with our Macedonian Open Golf Tournament report.
You're most welcome, and we are so grateful, Bill, for everything you do for us and being here and supporting us for all of these years. It's my 36th year on the golf committee, and you've been around for many of those years, Bill. Thank you so much for everything you do.
We're speaking with the president of Canadian Macedonian Place, Peter Simeon. In your role as president, how have things gone working with the board of directors with the various endeavors associated with the Canadian Macedonian Place?
Yeah, thank you. We've had a great year. We have a very active board. You know, we hold quarterly meetings. Everyone participates. I think it's a more active board than you typically see with most charities. It was a phenomenal year. We had our gala last year, which was really well attended. We also have the Macedonian Open we're here at today, which is sold out every year. It's sold out. So it's been a great year, and the board really contributes very immensely to all the endeavors of the CMP.
This year marks the 81st annual edition of the Macedonian Open Golf Tournament, and it is one of the marquee events of the Macedonian community in Canada. Tell us about the preparations for this year's event.
It always surprises me every year that we've had a golf tournament here for Macedonians for 81 years. It's remarkable. But it's not an easy thing to put together. The golf committee and Stan Thomas work very hard. You need to obviously get all the donors and the sponsors. You need to coordinate with with Angus Glenn to get everything put together, the loot bags, the foursomes. It's a lot of work, and we literally, the day after the golf tournament ends, we start preparing for the next year. So it's a whole year of planning, but as everyone can see, they did a great job, as they do every year, and it's a sold-out event, and looking forward to seeing everyone on the golf course.
Do you have a message for the Macedonian community regarding Canadian Macedonian Place?
Yeah, so CMP is our old age home, and it's very important to our community. We need a place where our seniors can live with dignity and be able to speak to other Nashi in Macedonian and eat Macedonian food and dance some Macedonian oros. So it's very important to our community, and I just want to remind everyone the reason for the golf tournament is the old age home and sponsoring it. So thank you all for coming, and we thank you for your donations, and everyone else, please feel free to donate as much as you can, because it really helps our community and our seniors.
Bobby, your father Van Petrov, who passed away in 2010 at the age of 87, was one of the founders of the Macedonian Open. Tell us about the preparations of this year's event.
Well, this year we had a meeting in May, early May, and the committee of approximately 15 people, we got together and met to see what sort of changes we would be making for this year's event. One of the changes was that because we have such a large number of people competing and additional people that want to compete, we've opened up a morning tee-off time for people to tee off early in the morning. They'll be finished around 11:30 or 12 o'clock. And then we have our normal afternoon rounds as well. And that way we're able to accommodate all Macedonians and others that would like to partake in this event.
George, you are a valuable member of the Macedonian community and a great supporter of Canadian Macedonian Place. What are your impressions of this year's 81st annual Macedonian Open?
Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege once again to be here. The impressions are long-lasting impressions that we've had, not only for the 81st this year, however, for many years in the past. It's going to be a great day. Weather is holding up for us. We are sold out with even a morning round that we had to play today. As I look around here in this hall, there is people from all over the Macedonian community and others. Long-lasting friendships that people are seeing at the luncheon right now. And the golf is just going to be truly spectacular as it always has each and every year.
It is impressive that the Macedonian Open is Canada's longest running ethnic golf tournament. Do you have a message for our viewers today?
All I'd like to say is the Canadian Macedonian Open, you're right, is the longest charity golf tournament held in Canada. And that actually is attributed to the core and the foundation of us as a diaspora. Canadian Macedonian Place is, in my opinion, the cornerstone of the diaspora, not only in Toronto but globally. We come here each and every year supporting a great and worthwhile cause, being Canadian Macedonian Place. And I just encourage each and every Macedonian to come out and support each and every year, especially our youth. I'd love to see our youth come out more and more. We've had a tremendous turnout this year, and we need that to continue. So we're going to enjoy today, and we're going to see everybody back next year.
We're now speaking with Zlatka Jokova, the administrator of Canadian Macedonian Place. It's great to speak with you once again.
Благодарам. Благодарам што дојдовте на 81-иот голф турнир. Денеска времето е прекрасно, како и секоја година. Оваа година се очекуваше дека ќе има дождови и јадењето, ланчот беше ставен внатре. Меѓутоа, јас им реков на персоналот овдека дека Господ е македонски, така да тој ќе направи све што е од него да ни обезбеди прекрасен ден. И како што е точно, фала на Господа, имаме прекрасен ден за денешниот турнир.
Zlatka, the weather is on the side of Macedonians once again. It's a beautiful day for the Macedonian Open. Tell us about the preparations for this year's edition of the tournament.
Почнуваме од почетокот на годината, од јануар месец почнуваме да се приготвуваме за турнирот. Оваа година беше успешна премногу, имаше многу донатори кои со години биле донатори, него оваа година сакаат да дадат и повеќе. Регистрацијата исто беше фантастична. Имаме поручеква 288 голфери и са бајлето имаше 40 голфери кои игра и завршија за денот. Така да овој голф турнир е 81 поред и е многу популарен, луѓето го сакат, го очекуваат и се со нетрпение од април, мај почнуваат да се јавуваат, да се регистрираат за турнирот. Така да благодарност голема на сите голфери кои доаѓаат тука секоја година и на волонтери кои доаѓаат да помагаат тука. Имаме волонтери од црквата Света Недела и многу студенти кои доаѓаат да помагаат секоја година. Морам да ги спомнам жените кои ги прават зелниците за денот, направија многу зелници и вечерва голферите ќе го уживаат тој македонски аспект на јадење. И друг голем донор се Сузан и Мери Ничевски, кои ни ги даваат салатите, пиперките, тоа за ланч и за вечера пиперките. Така да имаме комплетно македонска гозба.
What is new at the Canadian Macedonian Place?
Во домот е све убаво и сите ни се здрави и живи и денеска денот го очекуваа сите и сега утре ќе не чекаат да им кажеме како поминавме, кого видовме. Имаме овдека многу hockey players кои се тука. Вечерва ќе се the Tanev boys, Chris and Brandon. Имаме исто Стивен Стамкос не може да е со нас, меѓутоа има дадено джерзи и тој. И имаме джерзи од Jonah Gadjovich. Татко му ќе биде гостин вечерва, така да треба да кажам за Джона, баба му живее кај нас во македонскиот дом.
Do you have a message for our viewers at the end of today's interview?
Да се здрави и живи сите, поздрави големи. Ако сте во East York, каде што е домот, ве каниме да дојдете на кафе, да не посетите. И се надевам дека ќе се видиме на други евентс во црквите. Еве сега Света недела исто и тие се спремаат да имаат голф турнир, така да комуната треба да биде заедно, да се поддржува и да расти поголема.
Here we have the father of Jonah, Gord Gadjovich, the National Hockey League player for Florida Panthers who just won the Stanley Cup. We are so proud of your son. It's unbelievable what he accomplished. Tell us a little bit about the early days when he was a young man. You had to wake up at 5 in the morning to take him to hockey. Did you ever envision he would make it into the NHL and win the Stanley Cup?
Well, there were a number of mornings at 5 in the morning we were getting up and going to practice for a 6 o'clock start. And I used to say, because I had both my sons in the car that morning, and it was pretty cold at night, and I would say to them, Jonah would be actually sleeping in the back. Someday we're going to laugh at this, but it's not today.
Tell us about the tattoo that he has somewhere on his arm, is it?
Yeah, when my dad passed away, my both boys wanted to get a tattoo that said Gadjovski on the side. So they put it on their biceps, and they're very proud of their Macedonian heritage and my father. But that's what they decided to do, was to have Gadjovski on the side of their arm there.
Fantastic. Tell us about where your Macedonian roots are from, and your dad's and your mom's side.
Well, my dad's from Ivla, near Resen, and my mom's from Varoš, which is near Prilep. So my dad came to Canada in the early 50s, as his father came, quite a number of years before that. And then he went back and brought my mom over in 1958.
Fantastic. I came in 1965, by the way.
Okay.
So tell me about your job. You're in the banking industry, are you?
I'm in the banking. I work for a bank in Canada for CIBC in business banking, and have been this is my 26th year with CIBC.
Wow, fantastic. And what school did you go to?
My high school was in Scarborough. Midland Avenue Collegiate was the high school, and the boys were brought up in Whitby. So that's where we settled back in 2004 is when we went there. So that's where they went to high school, and that's where they played their minor hockey as well.
Fabulous. I'll have you know, when I first came to Canada in 65, I went to Midland Collegiate. How do you like that?
Very good.
It's unfortunate your son couldn't make it, but he lives in Welland, Ontario, and so he's going to celebrate the Stanley Cup in Welland with all the family and friends down there. Is that right?
Well, who knows? Last year they celebrated in Welland. This year they may bring it closer to Toronto. So that's still to be decided, but that's correct. He lives there with his wife and his twins. They've got 13-month-old twins, so they're very happy there, but they're also proud Macedonians. He's very proud to be part of this community in as best a way he can.
Fantastic. And it would be interesting to hear, as you and I were talking, what does he say to the Tanevs when he goes into the corner and gives them an elbow, eh?
Well, Jonah doesn't throw elbows. I hope Chris and Brandon know that, and that's okay with them. But you know what? I'll tell you, I've always said to him or suggested, listen, when you're lining up beside the Tanevs or beside Stamkos, why don't you say, hey, Brachko, kako si, And maybe they'll have a laugh or so. But I got to say that I'm very proud to see him in the NHL, but also very proud whenever I see the Tanevs get the puck or Stamkos gets the puck. The first thing that comes to mind is, hey, they're Macedonian.
So this was the first one I got. It's my last name in Macedonian, which is like my background, like where my family's from. Me and my brother got matching tattoos when my grandfather passed away. And then I moved on, and a couple years later I got this. So there's a Bible verse up here, it's just 2 Corinthians 5:7. It's for we walk by faith, not by sight. It's just a verse that kind of means a lot to me, and got me through a lot of things. And then this is a quote from my favorite poem, Invictus. And this is the last little 2 lines from the poem, and it's, I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul.
It's a great honor to speak with the founder of Rumble, Chris Pavlovski. Rumble is an online video platform, web hosting, and cloud services business.
I've been coming here for about a decade, I would say, even more with my dad and a few family members. It's been, nice. I would say it's like the best Macedonian event of the year. I do like the Linden picnic in August as well, but this is definitely the top of my list. I come here with my son and my dad and a bunch of family and friends, so it's always an amazing outing. And it's a great turnout every single year.
Awesome. You received an award in Macedonia. Please tell us about that experience.
So I received an award in Macedonia with my business contributions in Macedonia. I've done quite a bit of stuff over there. Back in 2011, I opened up an IT outsourcing and software development firm called Cosmic Development. Wow. It was ranked the number 1 or number 2 employer in the country behind Wrigley for how to treat employees. So I'm very proud of that. It's something that's still there today. I still go back every year, and we just opened up Rumble Cloud in Macedonia as well. So we're my current business, which is at Rumble, is now investing in Macedonia and hiring a lot of people over there to do various different things for Rumble. So both my first business and my current business, I've invested quite a bit into the country to help the country. Always thinking about Macedonia and how I can contribute.
Amazing. We are so proud of you, buddy. That's fantastic. So thank you for coming to the tournament every year, and we hope to see you again next year.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
We have Gord Stellick with us again today. He's become an honorary Macedonian for us. A small little tidbit of information, we both went to University of Toronto together. Yeah. That was many years ago.
Well, it was, yeah. I think it was a one-room schoolhouse when we went, but we did. Hey, being an honorary Macedonian, like, the Leafs need more Macedonians. I'm here again with no Stanley Cup this year, but we need more Chris Tanevs, okay? So that was the one positive this past year, beyond our U of T being alumni of University of Toronto.
No, that's a good point you raise about our Leafs. Now they've made some changes. They just got rid of Marner. Tell me your thoughts for next year's team.
So they're obviously not going to be as good in one context because Marner's gone. But you look at the other pieces, not just Tanev, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Stolarz last year. So that thing, you got to change your DNA. Everyone knows that. They're just tired of them losing. It wasn't Marner's fault. So I think, when you least expect it, like Washington did the one year, like St. Louis did, we still have a chance. But you know what? Honest to God, 7 years ago when Tavares came, I thought we'd be talking Stanley Cup by now, or at least getting to the Final Four, winning 2 rounds of a playoff, which Florida's done it, we didn't, so be it.
So it looks like they're going to have to trade for one big piece, right?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. Big pieces, the Mitch Marner pieces don't come very often. So, they added Jake McCabe a couple of years, Carlo, a few little things, and, whether can Easton Cowan play, can the other guys step up? They're a great regular season team, It's like going out and they're golfing great and then always choking on the 18th hole, right? Hey, had a great 17, yeah, but you shot a triple bogey on the 18th. That's kind of what it's been like. So certainly always been a very skilled, entertaining. They've given us great regular season hockey. Just the playoffs every year, they seem to find another way.
Thank you so much for coming every year, buddy. We raise money for the Canadian Macedonian Place, as you know, and you're always a big part coming and doing the MC for us. Thanks again, and great to see you, bud.
Well, great to see you. Always a pleasure. Great charity, and maybe next year we'll talk about the Cup.
We're speaking with Sue Eastwood. Welcome to the Macedonian Heritage Hour.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here at the Macedonian Heritage Hour.
You continue to be a valuable Macedonian influencer with your page dedicated to Macedonian cuisine, Macedonian cooking and culture on Facebook with nearly 70,000 members. Congratulations on your promotion of our Macedonian cuisine and culture through the page. It is a unifying force for our community.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate that so much. Every minute of my spare time goes into promoting that page. I volunteer my time. It's genuine, original content every day that I write and do for the group. So it's new material that no one's ever seen before every day. So it's my hobby. I like to write. I like to introduce people and talk about things. So there's that. And I'm also cooking. And I encourage other members of the group to get involved and communicate, share their recipes and their experiences, because it all resonates with one another.
You and your husband's company, RMG Consulting, continue to sponsor our program. Thank you for your support.
It's our pleasure. We love supporting Macedonian causes, anything that's going on. We live in the Toronto area in the GTA, so we sponsor a lot of different Macedonian activities. One of them being this show, another one being this venue that we're at today. We're at Angus Glen Golf Club. This is the 81st annual Macedonian Golf Tournament.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Why is this tournament so important to you?
A couple reasons. One of them selfish and one is not selfish. So we'll start with the selfish one. And my husband Rob is an avid golfer. So he lives and breathes golf. So absolutely there's no way he's missing this. So we're here every year and we sponsor it. For me, it's connecting with my culture and running into people that I haven't seen in a long time. From my childhood, from my professional life, from all walks of my life, and now my group Macedonian Cooking Culture. So this is a great place for me to make those connections. And I like golf too. Rob has me up to speed on golfing, so I'm not terrible at it.
Thank you very much for your time and hope to see you again next year.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.